next.
Don't.
Today I wanted to have a little chat and tell you a sort of story that happened to me, I guess, in September. So it's going to be a story time. I've dressed up. I got my coffee. So I suggest that you get yourself some snacks and coffee or tea and listen to my a bit rambly, but sort of not, story. So without further ado, let's get right into it. I have a boyfriend. We've been dating for almost 2 years now. And I really love him. But we've been in an open relationship for a month or so, and it was the beginning of September. Sorry, December what? The beginning of September, and I met this guy who was my boyfriend's friend. Actually, they have been friends for quite a while, maybe not that long, but they were friends, and that's the fact. So I met this guy through my boyfriend, and I really liked him because I thought that he was nice and cool, and I wanted to be friends with him, as I usually do. I love being friends with people. I am that kind of girl. But yeah, so we started talking, we started chatting, and it kind of went great. And mind you, we were in an open relationship, so even if I did like that guy in that sense, it wouldn't be like weird for my boyfriend. So I told my boyfriend that we were chatting, that we were like talking, and then at some point I decided that I really liked that guy. And I was like, great, we're in an open relationship, but this guy is my boyfriend's friend, so should I do something about this crush? And this guy was 21 or 22 at this moment, and I am almost 18 right now. So it's been like a few months since then. So I was 17 at this during the whole thing. Um, so I was around 17 during that whole situation. I don't know how to speak. I'm sorry. And so we talked a lot and we chatted, and I kind of, well, with my boyfriend we don't really chat that much because I believe that real life conversations are better, first of all, and I also believe that you can't really spend all your time talking to a boyfriend because you will not get anywhere if you are just chatting on your phone all day long. And so I didn't really chat with him that much, but this guy we chatted a lot because we didn't really go out or something. And when we started going out, like friends, of course, like he would meet me after school when I was like doing my homework in cafe, or he would like go somewhere with me. One time we just went for a walk, and it was great, and I really liked him, and I thought that he was cute and nice. And at some point in this whole situation, I really started fancying him, and I told my boyfriend, I was like, I fancy your friend. And so yeah, we get back to this moment where I realize that this guy is my boyfriend's friend, and it's kind of fine because we're in an open relationship with my boyfriend, but it's also weird because like in my hometown it's like super, we're in Russia, so like everybody is quite close-minded. I don't mean to shit on anyone, but we are quite close-minded here about lots of things, and so it's not like a common practice. And if I told my friends that like I was in the open relationship with my boyfriend, they would be like, what are you doing? You're what? So I was like, should I do something about it? And we were talking a lot. We were talking about, we were flirting at this point, and it was like in the middle of September. And this guy, who's like 21 or 22, I don't know, I don't remember. This guy is friends with my boyfriend, and so he starts telling my boyfriend that we can't be together. That my boyfriend and I are not meant to be together because we are in an open relationship. So there must be something wrong with us because we're like clearly trying to date other people. And I'm like, okay, okay, keep on going. That's fun. But of course, I was like, "What are you doing? We're fine. Like, if something is wrong, tell my boyfriend, or he would tell me." And we're like, with my boyfriend, we're always talking. Like, I always tell him, "Is there something wrong? You can tell me. We can like end this thing. If you decide one morning that that's not for you, like you can do anything about it." So we're trying to be very open about it and vocal about everything that's going on. And like this guy just comes out of nowhere and like says, "You can't be together." I'm like, "What are you doing, guy? What are you doing?" And of course, I know that my boyfriend won't be like, "Oh, you're right," and he won't like break up with me for that. But it is like insane because this starts to really stress me out because I'm great at stressing out. Great, just great. I don't. Yeah, I took a break. And so my boyfriend is like all chill about it. He's like, "Well, this guy said that and that, but I think that he's like saying shit because I mean, we're great, right?" And I'm like, "Of course, everything is great between us, even though I like this guy and I go out with him sometimes, but like we don't kiss, we don't do anything, just like friends, but we have some kinds of flirting things going on." And so this guy is just okay. So I let it slide. I'm like, "Great, you said that he didn't listen to you. What are you doing to do now? What are you going to do now?" And one day I clearly remember that it was in the beginning of October because we had this event in my school, and I'm busy at that event. I can't just go anywhere and talk to people. And this guy is like, "I'm going to talk to your boyfriend." I'm like, "Okay, talk to him. If you want to talk to him, your friends. I mean, I can't say no." And he goes and they talk, and he tells my boyfriend that, well, basically all that he has said already, like all about you can't really date because you're in an open relationship. That's weird. You're not fine. And at this point, I am pretty convinced that there is something wrong between my boyfriend and me. I'm like freaking out because I feel like maybe he is right. My like this open relationship isn't maybe working. Uh, Maybe this open relationship is just like me trying to be in my comfort zone and all that stuff. And he talked about how open relationship for me is like this sort of vest or something that keeps me afloat. And he basically told me lots of things that made me kind of wonder, am I right like in doing this? Are we right by having open relationship? Because mind you, I'm 17. I don't want to like spend my youth sitting at home. I mean, I'm not sitting at home, but open relationship give you this satisfaction. I mean, for me, open relationship is something that gives you satisfaction of knowing that I don't know how to explain this. I can't do a whole video about open relationship because this is such an interesting topic. But right now, I just want to say that for me, open relationship is a thing that works for me. I don't feel jealousy. I don't feel like I want to scratch somebody's eyes out of them because they talk to my boyfriend, because I understand that if he wanted to go and leave me, he would. So if he decides that he just really wants to try something new, who am I to say no, right? And so this guy came up to him and they talked, and he said like, "You can't be together." And this got into me, even though I'm pretty strong-minded and I can't really be persuaded so simply. But I guess I was stressed out, and I really like this guy. He's like very nice and cute, and we had a lot in common, and I was pretty happy with what was going on. But I realized that this is my boyfriend's friend. We can't date. We can't, even if I'm in an open relationship, it will hurt my boyfriend to know that this guy who he is friends with is someone whom I kissed, for example. And so I'm like understanding that this is not going to work out. And this guy, who is my boyfriend's friend, realizes it completely because he says like, he realizes it too. He says like, we can't be in relationship even though you're in an open relationship because he's my friend. I am not going to do that. I'm not willing to go there. And I'm like, okay, I understand that. But the moment, the greatest moment of that whole story, because I've been talking for 11 minutes now, this guy talked this guy talked to my boyfriend, and I go out with my boyfriend, and he starts telling me what this guy said. He starts like speaking about how he said that we can't be together and all that stuff, and it's just weighing on me because I'm stressed out already. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? And we were standing near my house, and we went out and we talked, and then I said like, I forgot something after my boyfriend told me all the shit that this guy said. I said that I need to come back home, take something, and so I go, and I don't text him. I send this guy voice messages where I scream my ass off because I'm so freaking angry at him for saying all that stuff. And I realized that this guy was trying to make me and my boyfriend, who we are like happy together, he was trying to make us break up. He was trying to, I guess get me, but he kind of actually succeeded in this because me and my boyfriend, we broke up. We said that we were going to break up for like maybe a week or two and like see how bad it is, I guess. But we started dating on the next day because we didn't really want to stay apart. And this is just, this just goes to show how far this guy was willing to go, because breaking someone's relationship is like, it's like killing a person because you're killing something beautiful. We had something beautiful. And so when I screamed at him, he realized what was going on. He realized how wrong he was. And I just understood that this was not going to work out because this guy didn't really have anything, like he didn't have this kind of understanding what is morally good or bad, and he was like doing something that no one would do in their right mind. And so I'm just like, we can't be friends anymore, so bye. I really like her, I really like you, I will really miss you, but we can't really be together because of the shit that you have just done. Because it was very, very stressful time. I don't understand how I went through this without killing anyone, but this was basically it. And it is quite a simple story, but when you live through it, it's like hell. So I talk to this guy sometimes. I like check up on him. I say like, how are you doing and all that stuff. But I realized that even though this guy, I really liked him and all that stuff, he was so wrong in this situation. He knows himself that he was very wrong in this situation. And so I was like, we can't be friends together. We can't be friends anymore. And I said goodbye. So that's my story. I'm pretty tired of talking by now. I hope you liked my weird story. I hope you don't shit on me in the comments, because it is quite difficult to know what you're doing with your life, and it's quite weird talking about your mistakes, because starting anything with this guy was a mistake. But I'm grateful that I had this experience and that I got to understand the human nature in some kind of weird way, and I understood who that guy was, and I understood that liking him wasn't something that I was going to benefit from. So we parted ways. But I guess if you want to write something in your comments, I can't really stop you, so you're welcome. Thank you for listening to my rambly story. I guess it was quite fun. Yeah. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you maybe soon, I guess. I don't know. I want to go back on YouTube because I really like this kind of thing, and I like talking. but I don't know. So if you really want to see more of my videos, maybe you like it. I don't know, subscribe, maybe like post it somewhere. I don't know. Thank you for watching anyways, and I'll see you soon. Bye.